Hey everybody, welcome back to Suckless Saturday. It's Anil out here on the Widener Range. Today we're going to talk about something that I don't usually talk about.
You need a shot timer because that which gets measured gets worked on. The Range Tech Timer is the official timer of Active Self-Protection because it is versatile, reliable, feature-rich, and very economical. Check out all it can do at the link below.
All right, so if you watch any of the videos on here, you know that I like to go fast. I get as much dopamine hit off of a fast hit than most people do off of a hit. So I shoot fast. That's just a thing for me. And it's something that, you know, I work on. I need to be more accurate. I totally get it. You can't miss fast, you know, what is it? You can't miss fast enough to win a gunfight. I would argue that. I think I can change your mind with shooting at you, but still, that's a video for another day. But accuracy is a thing, and it is something that we should work on. It's something that none of us work on. That's probably not true. That's something I don't work on enough. How's that? I'll just put this on me. I'm not going to put it on you. But we recently took Brian Hill's class, his Red Dot Essentials class, and you've probably seen some of the videos and clips from that on the main channel or on the extra channel and on the Range Monkey stuff. One of the drills that he does is basically a bullseye drill that we shoot shots, 6 shots into each one of these targets. Now, it's great. The ASP target that you get at Baker Targets works for this because we've got B8s on the back side of this. Now, they can't find paper thick enough to print these right now, so you got to order this one separately than the other one. You've seen the other one a whole lot, and I need to fix this because I got a big wrinkle in it. But the way that he does this is you get a warm up here. So basically it's gonna be 3 draws. The first is draw and shoot 1, draw and shoot 2, then draw and shoot 3. That's your warm up. And then you do the exact same thing here at 5, you move to 10, you move to 15, you move to 20, and you move to 25. And do the same thing over and over. I'll do the warm up shots, and then these are scored B8 style. I think with his, he has a 7 ring here, but I'm going to just use the 8 ring and hope for the best. When it's all said and done, we add up our score and see where we're at. So let's do this. We'll start right here at the 5 yard. Check my gun. I've got a few rounds in it. Got a reload on me. Okay, so I think we're starting, I think this one, I don't remember if Brian did this, but I'm going to do this with a draw. There is no time on this, so I don't have to fire it out there and do well, or as fast as I want. And this isn't, I'm not in performance mode or speed mode, I'm in accuracy mode. So I'm going to fire it out there, I'm going to correct, I'm going to see everything I need to see, and I'm going to take my shots. So first one is going to be 1 shot. Saw everything I needed to see, back into the holster. Next one is going to be 2 shots. There we go. Next one's gonna be 3 shots. All right. Got enough left for the next one. Okay, so in the interest of time, and because I shot well, yes, I'm gonna take these because these are all X's. So that's my target right there. So I can be accurate if I want it 5 yards, but now we're gonna go to 10 yards. Here we go. So now it's the same thing. I'm gonna draw and fire 1. I'm just moving over to one of the other targets. The reason we use different B8s here is now I can track at different distances where are things falling off. If I use the same B8 for everyone, I'm either gonna have one big ragged hole, or it's gonna look like I shot it with buckshot from 50 yards, and it's a little bit harder to identify where the challenge or where the fall off is. So here we go. Didn't see my dot for a minute. Okay. Okay, let's go check it out. Okay, so this is my first one. Here's the second one. That was a draw on a first shot. That was the 2 follow-up. Now I'll count that as a line break. I don't know. If that was a student, I'd give it to him, but I'll decide later. How's that? So, but 10 rings, all of them anyway. That's just not an X. So, all right. So now we move to 15. And so now I'm going to move to another one of the B8s. There we go. Remember we talked cadences a couple of weeks ago? Things are a lot slower when you're coming at 15 yards and you're looking for 10 hits. Things are going to slow down a whole lot. You don't want to, I know the gun industry doesn't want you to say the word slow down, say be more careful or show more care, but really ultimately what it is we are going a little bit slower to the actual bang. We're still moving and everything is going well. It's just that we're showing more care when we pull the trigger. Could have showed a little more care there. I'll show you in a minute. 3 shots. Okay. I'm gonna get my steps in, walking back and forth here. All right, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. All right, so I moved down here to this circle here. Everything is still in the 10 ring, but you can see that it's starting to open up. And something that's interesting that that Brian talked about a little bit in class, and you probably saw in one of the other extra videos, is our patterns typically stay the same or very similar. It's just that they open up over distance. And so see how this is kind of a flat and yet wide stretched out pattern there. This one's flat and stretched out a little bit more. This one's flat and stretched out a little bit more. That basically goes to the decision-making process of when you're pulling the trigger, but it's an interesting take nonetheless. All right, we're going to 20 and then to 25. Here we go. Sure I got ammo. And I'm going over to the number 6. Okay. For those of you keeping track at home, this is usually where the wheels start to fall off for me, is 20 yards. Took some care that time. Okay, so we know that's the number 6. I'm tired of walking. I'm gonna go back 5 more yards, shoot my 25s, and then we'll go up and check them all together. All right, the number 4. Let me check my gun. Ooh. Ooh, that was bad. Okay, you gotta let those go. So the biggest problem with this is you shoot and you miss and then you don't let it go. So I'm gonna take a second and refocus myself and let that one go because that was bad. All right, here we go. 2 shots. Not much better. Here we go. 3 shots. Yeah, the wheels fell off definitely at 25 today. I think he says over like 370 is pretty good. All right, so if you look here, this is 20. We're still in the 10 for all of the 20s, and then 25, man, I got 2 line breaks here. Probably that would be a 7 right there. So yeah, that's bad. So let's add these all up here. All 10s, all 10. So I'm down, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 291, still pretty solid, especially when you're shooting when it's 1,000 freaking degrees outside. I'll take a 291. Worst case scenario, if I had to take a 10 down on that, I'm a 281, so I'll take that too. But we're gonna give me the 7 ring because that's how Brian's targets are, and it's my video. So you can sound off in the video if you want. But what I'm gonna challenge you to do this week is go to the range and do something like this. Spend some time, see where you're at, work through your nice, easy draw, get all of the stuff out there as quickly as you can, refine, and then do cadence kind of work. Because we talked about that last week. You notice the cadence here was a whole lot different than it was here. And look at how that pattern opened up, and it's still kind of flat. Now it flattened up and kind of turned sideways on me, but interesting stuff. That's stuff that I'm working through. You can work through it with us at the Dry Fire Challenge. If you want to join us, come hang out, win some prizes when we give stuff away, and be kind to each other. Suck less. We'll see you next week.